So as ever, I just want to start by giving my gratitude to God, Spirit, Universe, my spirit team, my spirit guides, ancestors, and everyone who has helped me along my journey. That includes mentors that I don't know if you know who I am, but you've been invaluable to me. I think you know, because sometimes I feel you speaking directly to me. So today's the 1st of August, and I believe it's time to shift focus, because the number 8 is the it's the number of transformation, of death. That doesn't mean physical death, it means metaphorical death. Also in astrology, the 8th house means means that transformation, that death. I've been studying astrology. So today is the 1st day of August. Tomorrow is I think it's the quarter moon, and then on the 9th is the full moon, the Sturgeon full moon, which is about resilience and perseverance. It's also about getting going on humanitarian things, and it particularly affects fixed signs, so there's Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and what's the last one? What's the last fixed sign? Wow. Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. What's the fire sign? Is that Aries? No, Aries is cardinal. It's either Sagittarius or Capricorn. I think it's Sagittarius. Not sure. Just having a little blank moment there. Anyways, the point is, it's time to refocus, and until now I've been focusing on telling my story, and that was important both for me and to get the word out, because it's I don't know, it resonates with, I think it resonates with other people who have gone through similar things. And sorry, my throat chakra has issues. I'm still working on sort of getting that sorted out. But the point of that being under attack is to prevent me from, to speak my truth. My voice is supposed to be healing, or just in general, it's supposed to help people to guide them in their own spiritual journey. And that's why it's been under so much attack, I think, my voice. But that's why I've also felt it's important for me to continue to do this, even though sometimes it's difficult. So I was guided away from my whole family situation. My entire family are karmics, and that includes also my friends, people I considered to be family, or in general just friends, acquaintances, people I thought I could trust. I can't. And part of that is because they've been draining my energy, whether consciously or subconsciously. I have a lot of energy. I'm a high vibrational being, or I have a lot of energy. I had to work on becoming high vibrational. I have a lot of energy because I'm an empath, and I attract people who are unhealed, in pain, who are narcissistic, who have demonic attachments that work through them to attack and drain my energy. This is all new to me. I didn't know any of this. It's sort of, I've been learning all of this recently, and I've been guided to raise my own frequency, and that is the best way excuse me, And that is the best way to kind of prevent these low vibrational people from having access to your energy. So now I'm going to share what I did to raise my own frequency, in the hopes that other people who are going through the same kind of situation as me, whether you're empaths, whether you're just trapped, you're just surrounded by people who drain you, or you resonate with my story and you want to know how I did it, because that's something I've been getting sort of downloads or messages from the spirit realm saying that people want to know how I did what I did. So it's important for me to share that. Even though I'm not going to put these I'm keeping these videos in, I'm not uploading them yet, because that's what I've been guided to do. I've been guided to work in silence. But I'm going to upload everything on the 9th of August, which is the day of the full moon. I believe that's going to be a good move, and it's time to take that step. But from now, today's the 1st, so from now till the 9th, I'm going to just record videos as I'm kind of called to share, and I'll just upload everything at once, and then I'll just continue to make videos and upload them as I go, because after the 9th, I'm just going to continue to do I'm not going to keep it sort of quiet unless I'm guided to. We'll see. Okay, so first of all, you need to become emotionally detached. That was tough for me anyway, and it's going to be tough for you too, because by definition you're probably empaths, and you love others in a way that probably people don't love you back in the same way. If you're like me, I mean, you probably feel like no matter how much you love someone, they just love you in a selfish way. They just want attention, or they don't love you unconditionally, is what I'm saying, That's my experience so far anyway. I've not met anyone in my life who has loved me unconditionally, except for God and my ancestors and my spirit angels. They all love me, but don't get me wrong, I know that I'm loved by them, but it's so hard in the physical realm, to not feel that love. Even though I can feel it emotionally, like in the spiritual level, to not have that in the physical realm is really hard, and I'm kind of trying to work through that. I'm trying to be patient. I've asked for my soul family, I've asked for my soulmate, and I've been told they're on the way. I just need to be patient. So right now that's what I'm doing, and while I'm waiting, I'm also just continuing to do my spiritual work. So emotional detachment is important. Self-love is extremely, extremely important. You also need to be aware of all of this. This energy, the magic is real, it exists. This is something I've been in denial of a long time. But the truth is, magic does exist, and people do use magic. Whether they're conscious of it or not is a different story, but they do. And that means that you need to be aware. Awareness is the key thing, I think, for the first step. You need to be aware of aware of what's happening in the world. You need to start seeing with your inner eye, your third eye, which is right here. And you need to understand that rationality and science can only get you so far. You need to accept that there are higher beings, there are lower beings, and both are in constant battle. The devil exists, God exists, and I don't mean God that you go to in a church and you eat drink the wine and eat the body, whatever, or you go to temples. I don't mean that. I mean a higher being who's a force for good. So anything that's good, and a part of that, God lives within you, and that is the goodness in you, just the same as part of the devil lives within you. And the key is to cultivate the God in you, right? To make sure that you become a force for good rather than a force for evil, or worse, to become something called NPC, which is a non-player character, which is basically a vessel that any energy can just use at will. I don't know about you, but it's not very flattering to be an NPC. And the reason you become an NPC is when you're not aware, when you're asleep, and it's time to wake up. I've been asleep for a long time, and the events in my life forced me to awaken spiritually. And I'm ahead of others at the moment. I'm supposed to be leading these lost souls, which you could be one of them. I used to be one of them, but I'm no longer lost. I've awakened. I've reconnected with with God, with my highest self. I'm in my highest timeline now. And I'm communicating, I'm acting as my highest self, which means that I am the closest I can be to divinity while still inhabiting an earthly vessel. So there are things that you can do to help you do that. So after you emotionally detach, it's also important to physically get away. You need to spend time in isolation without anyone else. That means going no contact with people you love. And honestly, if the people who love you really do love you, they should understand that you need this time for yourself, and they should appreciate that. And if they don't, then that's an indication that you're not in the right relationship. That's another thing I've learned. If people are, their love is conditional on you being available for them whenever, and they need you to be available, then that is an indication that you're not in the right relationship. Another thing is, it's good to get away to a place that's near the ocean, because water, especially salt water, is by itself a purification. It's something that purifies. Another thing I was guided to do is to so there were a few days when let me talk about the crystals first. So I was guided to get get rid of anything that attaches you to someone else. That includes gifts, that includes photographs, text messages. Like when I say you love someone you love, I mean when you're in a unequal relationship, like you're being used, your energy is being drained, and you're recognizing this. So get rid of messages, get rid of any gifts that this person may have given you. Don't eat or drink anything that they prepare for you. Basically, you just need to go no contact, and that means energetically too. And I got rid of all my jewelry. I had a chain and locket that was given to me by my parents, a nose ring, nose piercing. I had anklets, silver. I had earrings that were just like imitation. They're not expensive, but it was given to me by my mother. What I mean is, everything that was given to you by people who are draining you energetically, get rid of it. You need to get rid of it. That includes clothes. Buy new clothes. if need to. That's what I did. Also possessions, you know, like your bag, your wallet, your whatever it is that has significance that was given by them or could have been manipulated by someone else. Get rid of it. Start new with everything. Then there were some crystals that I was guided to buy. This is rose quartz. This is obsidian. Also it has obsidian, but also has hematite and tiger's eye, I think. This is lapis lazuli. It's very highly spiritual. Yeah, so those are crystals. Another thing I was guided to do is to take a bath with Epsom salt, like a lot of it. That's really good. At least soak for 15 minutes. It's like you need a lot of it. It's like 400 grams or 375, you know, around that much of Epsom salt. You can go buy it at a pharmacy. Dump it in bath. Take a bath with Epsom salt. Another thing that I was guided to do without me even realizing like that I was doing it is to raise my Kundalini. So what that means is there are a few days in the every month when the moon is transiting through your sun sign. So whatever sign that you were born in, like your sun sign, you know that is so it's your so for example, if you were born between April 20th to May 20th, like me, you would be a Taurus sun sign. So find your sun sign, Google when the moon transits through your sun sign in the month that you're in. So if you're watching this in August 2025, put into Google your sign, moon transiting through your sign in August 2025, and you'll find the dates. So for example, in July, mine was 26 to 28. And without me even knowing any of this, I was guided to do certain things during that time. One was this cleansing with the Epsom salt bath. Another was fasting. And also in general, watching what I eat, like to eat and drink certain things that are good to clean out your body. That means no meat. That is a very important thing, because basically eating meat means you're imbibing because that animal would have felt pain, would have felt that death of that animal. You're imbibing that, and that releases toxins in your body. So I've always felt averse to meat. I rarely eat it. The only really thing I used to eat is chicken, and even then most of the time I felt uneasy about eating it. And now after knowing this, I've completely cut it out. Also, like a vegan diet, even though I haven't actually got to that point yet, I'm still working on that, but a vegan diet is supposed to be really good, also for the environment. I was also guided to drink tea instead of coffee. And I'm talking about, like, even if it's difficult for you to do this during your, I'm just saying for those few days, it will be like 2 or 3 days while you're raising your Kundalini, you need to just do this. You can think about implementing this in, as part of your daily life later on, but right now I'm just talking about those few days. Also abstaining from sex, abstaining from any alcohol, drugs, any addictions in general, anything that you feel is addictive, like overeating. I talked about tea. In general, fasting, like the intermittent fasting is really good for that. That's what I did. Basically, I from like 6 o'clock at night, I wouldn't eat anything, and then until the next day after like 12 or 2, depending on what you want to do. And then you just have one meal or 2 small meals, like spaced apart, and then 6 o'clock you start fasting again. It's a really good, and if you feel guided to, it's also a good idea just to fast a whole day. I didn't do that, but I did something very close to it, and it just helped. For one thing, it's good to clear out your digestive system, give it a break from constantly being active. So what you can do is you can fast a whole day, and you give that your digestive system a break. It gets you to clear out everything from your digestive system, just gives you a reset. I think diet-wise, that's it. If I think of anything else, I will let you know. Another thing is to meditate and spend time in nature, ground in nature. Sit on the grass, go into the ocean, or walk in the, just like be near the ocean, play in the water, sit on the grass, spend time with trees, just touch a tree, hug a tree, ground in nature, get rid of all the other distractions, just be with yourself, stay with yourself. Get comfortable with yourself. Listen to your voice, inner voice, your intuition. Pay attention to it. Carve some time out that's just for yourself, just by yourself, no one else. And just connect with nature, because nature is God, God is nature, nature is God. They're both the same. So even if you don't believe in God, that's absolutely fine. The universe, some spirit, anything that is positive, nature is positive. Connect with nature. And trust me, you will see a difference. I saw a huge difference. My anxiety levels went down, my feelings of depression went down, my impatience and kind of grief, all of it. I just felt like a different person after I did this. And like I said, I didn't even know the dates. I was just guided to do it, my intuition and through other messages, and I did it. And then I looked it up afterwards when Taurus transits, and I was like, wow, I literally did it exactly during those days, just guided by intuition. And also, listen to your intuition. Listen to that voice in your head that tells you very important things. Once you start listening, your life will change. I guarantee you, your life will change. My life has changed completely since I started listening to my intuition. I'm a different person now. And that's why I feel like I don't connect with most of the other people who used to be in my life, because I've become such a different person. I don't even I don't recognize myself. I doubt they would recognize me. And I'm also seeing how much abuse I used to kind of take because I didn't love myself. And if you don't love yourself, then you can't expect to attract someone who loves you the way you should deserve to be loved. That's why when you're a low vibrational frequency, like I was when I didn't love myself, I actually hated myself, and I was surrounded by people who were low vibrational and who were just using me, who was draining my energy and leaving me feeling like I was stuck, like I couldn't live my life the way I needed to live it. But when I raised my frequency and I cut myself off from all of those people, no matter how difficult it was, and I started listening to God and listening to my intuition, my life changed completely. And that's the most important thing you need to know and do. The first step you need to take in terms of raising your frequency into becoming a high vibrational being, so that you attract other high vibrational beings. And when you get there, low vibrational beings stop having access to your energy. They will be repelled by you. They won't even, you literally become narcissistic kryptonite, which is what I was talking about in my other channel. And narcissism is a demonic attachment. Narcissists are by definition only listening to demons. We'll talk more about that later, but main messages today: if you want to do what I did, if you want to become free like me, and if you're an empath, which you probably are, this is what you need to do. Emotionally detach from the people who are draining your energy. Get away physically get away, preferably to somewhere near the ocean. Find out when your sun sign is transiting through, when the moon is transiting through your sun sign. So during those days you can fast, meditate, cleanse yourself with the Epsom salt bath, get some crystals. So this is obsidian, is protection. Rose quartz, I'm not sure, but I heard that obsidian, someone told me that obsidian can bring out bring up a lot of your shadows. So the rose quartz, it can be quite intense, even though it's protective. So rose quartz is a good way to balance that. And I didn't know this until after I bought this stuff, by the way. Then the lapis lazuli, it's your choice. It's not mandatory, but it's very good in terms of spirituality. It's a very spiritual stone, and I felt called to buy it. This is just from Amazon. So is this. This is from a crystal shop that I was in. So yes, I'm gonna stop this video here, but I might record another one. And good luck on your spiritual journey.